Yeah. You know they told me. Flex on this, flex on that. Got my center, got it back. Yeah. Run it. Hit that Gucci store, girl. Make your angles pop.
How you doing, Bruss?
Good, bro. How are you?
Knackered. Still knackered from Christmas time, eh?
Yeah.
Still got like an extra 10 kilos. Feel about $0.50. Yeah.
Had a good one, did you?
Yeah. Did a lot, eh? Went away, stuff like that. Went back up north to family.
Yeah.
We flew before we actually recorded. Like, so just after we recorded the Xmas specials, I flew up to Cairns and I flew up to Townsville, went and stayed mum and dad's in Ingham for a night. And then we drove to Cairns for a night and we went to like Palm Cove, had a swim at Palm Cove. Then walked Esplanade. And then the next day we went on this big boat called the Explorer, I think it was called. This big super yacht, Hydrofoil super yacht out, and we snorkeled. Not that we're rich, everyone else is on there too. We snorkeled Saxton Reef and then we snorkeled Hastings Reef. So we did 2 reefs. That was pretty awesome. And then we went back home. Then we went to Walman Falls, which is in Ingham, which is the largest single drop waterfall in at least Australia, maybe possibly the Southern Hemisphere. About 264 meters. And then we went to Maggie Island on Christmas Eve, and my parents were there with us for the first couple of days till like just after Boxing Day. And then we stayed on for another couple of days. We snorkeled over there. We did the fort walk on Maggie Island. So we saw like koalas and the old World War II artifacts and stuff. There's like World War II bunkers and shit. Then we come home and I was meant to catch up with a few other mates, but there was a bit of a COVID outbreak in Townsville. A lot of them become close contacts. And then we flew home like fucking midnight on the 30th. And then because the people working all those COVID issues, we just had New Year's at home and fucking blind. Just me and the missus. And then, sort of half been chilling out, but just doing shit, finally got this podcast on Spotify. Yoo-hoo! Spotify, we're on there as a part of Anchor, which is a Spotify product, which I didn't know. If you actually go onto Spotify to try play podcast, it never mentions Anchor, but if you go to Anchor itself, it'll go, as a part of Spotify. It's like, oh, fuck me. Like, advertise this better. Yes, we're on there. We're on Spotify now, which is fucking you beauty. If you do want to get more details and more links, please go to our fucking Instagram page, Beard and the Bird, all dots in between the words. There's a link there that will send you to your Twitter, YouTube,
Instagram and YouTube.
Instagram and YouTube. There you go. This will still obviously be on YouTube as well. We're still multi-format. We're still doing the video and Spotify. But and then today sort of I got that all sorted today and we've been back on streaming. They've been like 5-hour streams every night to like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And then, did a bit of work just before, a bit of cash, fixed some stuff. And then we're not scungers, but we have it in us to like really pounce on stuff that people leave outside, curbside stuff. And when there's this like white, it's a cream TV cabinet sitting there, and we got this big black one, and this is like, let's pick up that one and let's just change it over. All right, she hated the black one because every time dust sit on it, because we always leave the house open because it's fucking Queensland. It's too fucking hot not to leave your house open. So we always leave the house open, and then always covering dust. My missus hated it. She goes, nah.
Always looks dirty.
So we got this white one there. It looks fucking clean. It looks pretty good. I mean, we just found it's all right. It costs us nothing. I think the TV cabinet before cost me like $10, $20 off Facebook anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. But that was my little recap. Drank a heap of beer over the break. ate a heap of food, got the North Queensland delicacies out the road. So I ate my weight in lychees and fucking Endeavour prawns. We had Endeavours this year.
Yes.
Endeavours are good.
Yep. We had
Um,
Endeavours this year as well.
yeah, the shell can be a bit fucking here you going. I must admit, sometimes it sticks a bit when you pop it out, but I don't know how you peel prawns, but it's just like the head to
Head and then break
you get
underneath and pull
you
it out.
get most of the front, and then you just get pop off a little bit of the tail.
Yep.
But yeah, it was good. I ate fuck tons of ham, chicken, fucking everything.
Yeah.
Everything. How was yours, Bruss? What'd you get up to?
Well, because I started my new job, I'm started as a casual, so I didn't have any money over the holiday break, so I worked up till week of Christmas, then has had the last week off, so I've just been chilling at home, eating, drinking, spending time with the family. Turned off gaming for that whole week. That whole week I didn't even play any games. I was like, nah, not playing. Spend time with the fam bam,
Bam, bam. Bam,
Yeah,
bam.
that time of the year. That time of the year to spend time with the family.
Yeah.
But honestly, I went crabbing Christmas Eve.
Yep.
What did we grab? I think we grabbed 3.
Yep.
3 crabs. So, and that was all in our first run. So we ran the pots 4 times, and we only got 3 crabs out of them.
What are you doing?
There was 3 of us. I don't know. There was 3 of us.
Was there heaps of Jennies and shit, or?
Fuckload of Jennies, fuckload of little bucks. Just the first pot we pulled up was the biggest buck that we had, and we're like, fuck, this is a good sign. First pot, $1, let's go.
By the way, if no one has any idea what we're talking about, he caught things called mud crabs. A buck is a boy. You can only take boys over 15 centimeters across the carapace in Australia. Females we call Jennies. No idea why.
In Queensland.
No fucking idea why that's what we call them, but that's just what we call them.
In Queensland. Everywhere else you can grab Jennies.
Really?
Yep.
Well, it's a good thing because I did want to become a marine biologist back in the day. So I do know my fucking waterways, do know my fucking marine species. And if you could take Jennies, the crab population would just be decimated here. There's just too many crabbers.
Well, in Queensland, in Queensland, I don't think everywhere else has got as much as they do here.
I'm not sure what it is, but if you take the wrong one, it's not a simple slap on the wrist or something like that. They actually have the ability to be able to take your boat and the car you drove in.
It's anything that helps bring it in. So bait, boat, trailer, car, freezers, if you store them in freezers, fridges, all of that, they can take them.
They'll take it all. It's good. It's like one of those harsh policies. It's like you think to yourself, like, it's so harsh, but I mean it's very distinguishable. On the bottom of a crab, the boy has a V, the female has this big U. What can you do? But I mean, like that's just the Queensland fishery laws in general. They're just very, green zones is very fucked. You get caught fishing in a green zone, you're fucked. You're taken, you get caught taking a species you're not meant to, fucked. You
get caught taking one fish over the bag limit, you're fucked. Like,
sometimes they'll be a little bit lenient on it, depending on the situation. We got done. It was I reckon I would have been 16 or something like that. It was a Father's Day, or maybe I could drive. Fucked fun. I can't remember. It was a fair while ago. And we went fishing on this little close reef and we're catching mackerel. And we had we call them doggies, but like school mackerel. And there's identifications you can do on them. No, not dogfish, school mackerel. We just call them doggies. I'm not sure why. There's an identification if you pull up their front dorsal fin, you can actually see a clear window on there. And that's one way you distinguish a school mackerel from a Spanish mackerel. And like a school mackerel is also named as the splotched mackerel, which means their skin will change color after they die. So they'll start to get stripes. And they deemed us having undersized Spanish mackerel, and they cut their guts out, took photos, cut their guts out and sank them. and we ended up finding out that they were Spanish mackerel, but we couldn't get charged because the identification that we showed, like, it wasn't like we didn't know, like, we know our shit. We're not fucking idiots.
Yeah.
We grabbed it out and said, doggy. And I said, no, it's Spanish. And then we went, lifted the doors for Finn, look, this white window. If you look it up, that's exactly what you need to look for them. There's no actually, you don't actually need anything else. Their head is actually a little different. They look pretty similar, but their head is a little bit different as well. We knew what they were. We've got a million of them. And they didn't end up charging us, but there was a possibility of getting charged like $2,500 a fish. So we become a bit lucky on that one. But yeah, that was Wales running with the law. Yeah.
Circling back around to mud crabs, they have done research about the jennies. They do not reproduce over a certain size.
Do they though?
Research shows that they do not reproduce.
What's this size though?
It's just over, I think it's just over legal size or something. I think it's like legal size and a bit or something.
I'd like to see the study on that. I'm not going to sit there and argue with people who are fucking biologists and that's their fucking life work is studying this shit. I've seen fucking jennies 18, 19 centimeters full of roe.
Yeah.
I've seen them. Their carapace opens up and they're full of roe. And it's like, well, fuck. Well, they're obviously fucking laying.
Yeah.
I do have a bit of a funny thing about taking really big fish as well, and big female of any species. Most fish start male, go female. Some are bred male, female. But I saw recently someone shot a 11-kilo mangrove jack out on the reef, and it was enormous, massive, like fish of a lifetime. But they shot it with a spear gun. Like, there's no release in this thing. I'm like, that's a really big girl. Jack, to get to that size, it would have had to be like a 16-year-old fish or something like that.
Yeah.
How do you know that fish wouldn't produce another 100,000 eggs? Like, it's sort of like, fuck, man, did you really just do that? Like, why? What's the point? Like, a fish that big has been feeding on the reef for so long, it's probably got fucking ciguatera. Is nearly a guarantee. You'd cut into it and it'd have this horrible iodine smell to it. Like, it's I can go on and on. It's a subject that's always fucking plagued me. Barramundi in Australia, you catch them at 58, you have to release them at 120, because after 120, they're definitely a girl and they definitely can still breed. And their breeding limits at that stage are so fucking high that, like, in one breeding season, they can do fucking a quarter of the population, one big fish. Like, it's fucking stupid the amount of eggs these big girls can sort out. So anyway, I could yak about marine for ages.
Yeah. But okay, I'm going to just put something in. That's why they should put a maximum length. So you got your minimum size, your legal size.
Yeah.
They should have a maximum length for fish as well.
Some fish they do.
Yeah,
some fish they don't, because some of them it's the opposite. That's what I mean. Fish are funny. Fish are fucking weird. Barramundi that's born purely in fresh water will always stay a boy. It needs salt water to be able to turn itself into a girl. So you find the freshwater barramundi, they'll have to go out to salt in some way, shape, or form to be able to change. While some other fish will be a girl and eventually turn into a boy. And that's what happens is that they go, okay, from this length on, the odds of them being a girl are fucking slim. They're all boys now. Take them. Because you only need one boy. That's it. Technically speaking, you only need one boy.
Yeah.
So it's a funny one. And then they have bag limits, so you can only take so much. But that is why, if you are an American listener, this is why we've got such fantastic waterways. That's why we've got all these fucking fish still. If you're in
different
Europe,
species, not just the
America,
one.
they've got really harsh laws because they did overfish. Europe, you just don't have any fucking fish anymore. You just don't. You killed every single fucking one of them. That's why we've got these limits here in Australia, because we don't want to end up like that. That's why people eat fucking sardines. It's like, we use them for bait in Australia because we've still got other fish to catch. You just don't have any more fish to catch. That's it. You fucking kill them all. There's nothing left. Eat brim. Fuck, we throw brim back here. Yeah. People are like, oh, brim are the best. Oh, that fish is so nice. Fuck off. Because you've killed the rest of the Janus family. They're the best fish to eat in the world. Like, fuck. Anyway.
That's all right.
That's
a nice yak.
That's my gripe for so far this year.
That's all right. That's all good. But yeah,
Yeah.
so Christmas, New Year's, pretty bland, pretty boring for me, bro. I just one of those years where I didn't want to do anything. COVID's put a stop on a lot of things as well, especially up here
Yeah, COVID's fucked
in
at the
central
moment.
Queensland.
Queensland,
Even in central Queensland. So
it's not even just Queensland. It's Australia in a whole. Like every other country's gone through it, or is still going through it. We're just starting. As of today, New South Wales recorded 20,000 cases. Till then, I don't even know if Australia had 20,000 in total. Like we just didn't get there. We didn't have fucking cases. Now we've all vaccinated. They've opened everything up. And everything's gone a little laxy-daisy and it's just fucking gone out of thing. They were like contact tracing for ages and now contact tracing's gone. Like in New South Wales, they don't contact trace anymore because there's just too many cunts. Too many people sick.
Yep.
If you got sick, come in.
So
don't worry about it.
Yeah,
so it's getting to the point
pretty much
now.
if you're sick, you got COVID.
And in Queensland, if you're a close contact, you have to quarantine for 7 days. Regardless of your result is. It doesn't matter.
If you
if you're not vaxxed, it's 14 days you have to quarantine. If you're vaxxed, it's 7 days. Even if you get a negative result, you have to get another result on the 5th day. And if that's negative, then you're sweet. No. So maybe that's if you are sick or whatever it is. You have to get,
isn't it?
You have to get day 5, I think it is, because it takes like 2 days to get your result.
Because I know Gilvia, who we've had on before, he said he's crook at the moment. He's got a quarantine, but then on days he's done a test, waiting for his results, but then he's got to quarantine till his results. But even if it's negative, he's still got to do another test if he's still sick on day 6.
It's just, and you hear stories about people going to the hospitals and stuff and ICU jamming up and stuff. Here in Queensland, one of our major hospitals, I think it's the PA, I'm not entirely sure. One of our major hospitals has gotten a little COVID outbreak in the hospital itself. So a lot of nurses and doctors are off. They've halved a ICU unit. Halved it. Not because there's people in there with COVID, it's because there's no fucking doctors left. Now in New South Wales, they've actually gotten to that stage already and gone, if you're not showing symptoms, go back to work. Even if you've got it, if you're asymptomatic, back to work you go. Like, why not just abolish it all? If you're sick and you test positive, stay home. Fair enough. Maybe that's what we need to do. I don't know.
Well, but I've been speaking to a lot of people about COVID, and I just turn around and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be 10 times worse in a year's time," and I was like, "That's what the flu is like as well. It's just gonna be we're living with COVID like we live with the flu. It's just COVID's just an all year round thing, whereas fucking flu season's fucking winter."
I'm no doctor. I'll put that out there. I'm no doctor. So you can't take what I'm saying even slightly as gospel. You can't. But why not just let it go? Yeah. Why are we still clinging on to the fact that we might beat this? We're not. Don't worry about if you know we're not going to beat it, don't worry about any of the rules. Fuck them off because you're not going to ever stop it. You can slow it. Slowing what? The inevitable. You're not putting the brakes on as such. You're slowing down to still have a collision at exactly the same speed. It's
that's the whole point that I was getting
the wall further away. Like it's not. You haven't fixed anything. You're still we're still gonna all get COVID. I will 100% say that 95% of people in this world get COVID at some stage or another. And if it happens to be the Omicron strain, like probably not the worst thing in the world. It doesn't seem that bad. I don't want to sound like some fucking hippie either, but like
compared to the Delta strain and even the original strain, Omicron doesn't look as bad.
There's like 60. Oh, what did I see? I saw some fucking stat about New South Wales. Hang on, maybe I can find it. Hang on. And it's like there's not that many cunts with it. Like it's just not as bad as we probably thought. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
I think just due to the fact that it's a new variant, everyone's scared.
So say New South Wales COVID-19 update as of Monday, 3rd of January 2022. There was 20,000 total new cases. It doesn't even have how many cases there is. Everyone's double dosed. Out of that, so that was 20,000. You see, okay, say there's 70,000 people with it. 1,000 people are in hospital, 90 are in ICU. How many of that 90 have already got underlying issues? We don't know. And there's only been 4 deaths of COVID total. The other day, the guy was late 80s with severe underlying health conditions, and they say he died of COVID.
He had pneumonia or fucking something like that. Yeah,
it's pneumonia. You didn't die of COVID, you died of pneumonia, which is a complication of COVID, but like that's a complication of getting the cold or a rhinovirus. Like it's not, rhinovirus is still a thing, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a cold. The flu is still a thing. We get flu shots. Hey, I'm happy to have a COVID booster shot once a year or once every 6 months, or whatever they think it needs to be. That's what it needs to be. That's what it needs to be. But
I'm just going to treat it like the flu, like honestly, and that's the way that I've tried to tell people is it's going to turn into the flu.
And people who are worried about the
year-round flu.
The people who worry about the flu, we've made masks relatively normal, so you can wear a mask if you're worried about getting it. Otherwise, if you're not worried about getting it, just like you weren't probably the flu. If you worry about the flu, you're already worried about COVID. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But like, just let it go. Just let it go. Just everyone gets sick. If you get sick, weirdly enough, this is one of the few ones that gives you the antibodies that last a fair while. You can't get it again afterwards. It's not like getting fucking AIDS or something, but you know what I mean? Like it's not, you do develop a certain amount of immunity by getting it. Better immunity than say the vaccine. And it's sort of like, well, we got the vaccine, then you get it, and then you get a booster shot. Fuck, you're probably not going to get it ever again. Any chances of spreading it from there, it's just people got to stop spitting in each other's eyes.
Yep. Well, that's a decent fucking even going on that like that was all year round last year, right?
We didn't have anything last year. They had outbreaks in Melbourne and stuff, but fucking barely.
Yeah. But like it's just gotten worse towards the silly season, as you want to call it, because of the fact that everyone got told get double vaxxed, otherwise you can't have your liberties. So everyone got double vaxxed. They said, all right, we're opening the borders. Just leave it at that. Open the fucking borders and go, right, go.
Yeah, but every state's got a different thing. Like Anastasia Palaszczuk in Queensland, who's at Queensland Premier, thought, and she was, for the most part, Queensland didn't suffer from the COVID outbreak at all. Like if we got like 5 cases, we're like, holy fuck, 5 cases, cunt. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a cluster. Oh shit,
freaking out, and like they do snap lockdowns, and it was bullshit, but it worked, I guess. But now that the border's opening and they're trying to do like PCR negative tests before you come in, they obviously don't work.
Yeah. Like
if it worked, we wouldn't have any cases in Queensland still. There's still cunts coming in sick. So that's not working. So abolish it. Don't sit there and try to change it or extend it for long. Just abolish it. Just Anastasia Palaszczuk, the best thing you should do right now is come out and go, everyone come in and out. We've cut off contact tracing unless you deem it necessary. If you think that you want to do a contact trace so you can find out where you got it from, or like if you feel like there might be someone of issue, that would stop down the contact tracing, the over contact tracing of a lot of people. No cunts would have to quarantine anymore. Everyone can go back to fucking work. Everything can open up. Hospitality doesn't get ruined anymore. Music can open up again. We don't have to fucking walk around like with masks everywhere. And it's just, we've lost. We've already lost. Don't stop. Just retreat. Go, but not even retreat. Just go, surrender. There you go. Let's all have a party now. Like just.
I don't know, bro.
I know. I know everything.
No. But I like that. That's true.
I don't know everything.
Abolish the PCR abolish the PCR testing, but then allow the rapid antigen testing to everyone and make it affordable. So that way, if you are sick and you feel like you have the symptoms, you can test it yourself with the rapid antigen testing. Go, yep, I just got a positive COVID case.
Why does it need to be affordable? If you saved everything else from the contract tracing and everything else, the fucking money's pouring in there.
Yep.
Why can't it be free? Why do we have to pay for it? That's what I mean. Like, even like your at home test costs you money. What?
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. Make it so every cunt has access to it. Otherwise, you're just going to have people that are sick out and about going, I might have COVID, I might not. I don't know. I can't get a test. So I've got to go into a testing clinic and get tested.
Sit there for several hours and you got to quarantine for 2 fucking days.
Yeah.
To get your results back.
Whereas if
results are taking so fucking long.
He could have got tested himself at home, knew he was positive and went, I'm not going anywhere.
Like, they did 80,000 tests. Say that in New South Wales, they did 80,000 or 89,000 tests or something like that.
Yeah.
20,000 new cases. That means 1 in 4 of them are fucking positive. Are they getting false positives? Are they getting false negatives? Is there more like 50,000 people sick? Like, there's so many negative tests, like positive tests that have actually meant to be negative, and there's so many negative tests that are meant to be positive. Like, obviously, even the testing's fucked. What's it? A 1 in 10 chance it's going to not work properly? Like, that's too slim. Fuck that off. That's enough for the COVID rant. It's really pissed me off. I'm in a rant mood today. Ranting about fish, ranting about that. I'm going to rant about something else now.
Let's rant about.
How fucked are they?
Yep.
What about the year to come? Looking forward to
Let's rant about the year to come. The year to come. I honestly don't have anything to look forward to till the end of the year, but I'll bring that
Christmas.
I'll bring that into our sporting, because it is a sporting event.
That thing. Yeah, right. No, it was the year to come. Like, have you got any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah. So, my New Year resolution is to.
If you have to write it down, it's not worth fucking having.
No, it's not. I was just checking my phone because my fucking kid's still asleep inside. And I got the monitor on it. So, but my New Year resolution is to quit smoking and become healthier, both physically and mentally.
Yep.
And I don't mean like healthy, like fit, like, oh, look at me, I've gained fucking 10 kilos of muscle and shit. I just want to be able to go out and run around the park with my kids and not be fucking out of breath after 5 minutes of running around. Like, put in a schedule. Like, we've got the schedule for the podcast. We've got that scheduled every week for recording at a certain time. Put in a schedule for Twitch and streaming. Make that not as a hobby, but sort of like a second job, if you understand what I mean.
Yep.
Actually put the hours into it and work towards.
You have to, man. You have to, bro. Like, it's not rocket science to say that, you know, I'm by far not the best streamer in the world, but just by putting in, constantly going on at the same time all the time, you know, I've got, you know, you may have even been doing it longer, but I see a lot of people that are around our amount of time of streaming, and some people have got lots and some people don't. For me, I'm doing probably slightly better than average for followers, purely because I just keep putting in the time, just keep going on every day at the same time.
Yeah.
Working on the streams, working on fucking being better at talking, working on like the stream looking better, looking nicer.
Yeah. I think, because, and as I said in the previous podcast, like, my schedule was all stuffed up due to my old job. Yeah. Now I've got this new job. That's just whatever, set time during the week, every day, you know, for the 5 days a week, it's a set time. Then I can work my way around that. I can schedule in family time, streaming, podcasting. We've already scheduled that in. That's not going to change. But yeah, that's about me. What about you, brother?
Mine's easy. Mine's an easy one. Get buff. Just do gym again. Just get rid of the belly, get my arms back. Make money.
Yes.
Stay happy.
Everyone needs to make money. Yeah.
Already happy. Already probably up there. No, probably up there as the happiest I've ever been. It's sort of like for me when I say the happiest I've ever been, it's the least anxious I've ever been. I just don't seem to get anxiety too often. Money gives me anxiety, but I mean, I think money gives everyone anxiety.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this,
and especially this time of the year as well, like and end of the year and the new year, always everyone's a bit edgy.
Yeah,
It's good to get away like you did, and clear your mind and clear your head, get away from everything, just spend time with the family, do something that you like, so and come back as a better person. Like just the way it is.
I'm the bestest person.
You're the baddest person of them all.
If you say so. But yeah, no, my New Year's resolution is pretty easy, man. It's just routine. You just got to get everything into a routine, make money, be good at your job. I got a lot to learn with my job still. A lot to learn. Not as easy as I thought it would be. Oh, I think you just paused for a second. Oh, there he is. He's back. And then just getting a routine of doing gym 6 times a week again.
Yeah.
Just being all out better at that. I'll get fitter from that, but just like getting stronger and aesthetically a little bit more pleasing than I am at the moment. It's a bit shallow to say, but it is like if your body looks better than you want it to be, then then you're always going to have slightly more confidence, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've got a bit of a pot belly at the moment. We went swimming and stuff, and I had to get my kid out a lot, and it's sort of like, oh, my kid's pretty rough at the moment. It's Sog City.
The rig's not as fucking good as it used to look.
No, there's photos of me when I was skinny too, and it's like, fuck, I was skinny. And like skinny, or not even skinny, just like, I don't have that many photos from when I was like buff, but like bigger, when I was bigger. I've got like large shirts now that my belly pushes out, but my arms don't. Before it used to be my arms just couldn't fit through the sleeves, yet my belly was all sucked in. I was like,
You're a bit more defined.
Much more defined. I was like a puffy cloud before. Now I'm like a soggy piece of Play-Doh. Like Mr. Potato had been left out. Mr. Potato had been left out in the sun too long.
Yeah.
But
yeah, right.
Pale. I'm a white boy. I'm a fucking pasty motherfucker. Look how fucking white I am underneath there.
It just goes with your red hair.
Through, bro. Strawberry blonde on top, mate. Red pubes.
Yeah, I saw you in a man bun. Don't you worry.
Ha no. I've got a bit of a garbage haircut at the moment, but you'll get over
it. That's all right.
It's just to get the hair out of my eyes.
So, talking about the year to come, what about some video games? We'll dive into video games.
So I've got a document opened up here from IGN as the biggest games coming in 2022. So we might just pick through the ones that we might be interested in, and possibly the listeners will be interested in as well. So there's a Rainbow Six Extraction, which is going to be a PvE spin-off of its Rainbow Six Siege. Pokemon Legends Arceus comes out at the end of January, which is a semi-open world shake-up of Pokemon, essentially. I'm not sure how it's going to play. I think takes away from the regular style of battling and regular style of encountering. I think you're just going to be able to throw Pokeballs at this wild Pokemon. Probably more of like if anyone's ever watched any Pixelmon, which is like a Minecraft fucking Minecraft mod. Dying Light 2, I know there's going to be a lot of people fucking excited for that.
Yeah.
That's coming out in February. Don't know what Sifu is. I've never fucking heard of that. Crossfire X. Horizon Forbidden West. So I'm assuming that's what, Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah, that's the new Zero Dawn, yep.
Yep, so that looks like it should be pretty fucking cool. I mean, I can't play it. I don't have PlayStation, but, people will get excited for that. Elden Ring comes out at the end of February. I know a lot of people will be fucking banging for that one. So that's
Yes, buddy. That's a me.
third-person
That's
action
a me game.
adventure made in collaboration with a Song and Ice Fire author, George R.R. Martin. There you go.
Yep, and the Dark Souls creator.
The Dark Souls creator, and the story is going to be written by Game of Thrones, so it's going to be fucking all over the shop. That's just my rip on Game of Thrones because it is all over the fucking shop.
It is.
Evil Dead, Babylon's Gran Turismo 7. Didn't know we needed a 7th.
Didn't know that.
Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Cool.
Okay.
That might be cool. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is a Dungeons and Dragons inspired Borderlands spin-off.
Borderlands. Yep.
Stalker 2. That one looks pretty cool. This original Stalker was pretty out there. A few games I've never really heard of. I'm sure we'll hear more of. It comes through. Day Before, which is an MMO. Forspoken.
Yeah.
Square Enix is making that. So Square Enix is the people that made Final Fantasy,
Hitman.
I want to say. Oh, Hitman. Did they make Final Fantasy?
Square Enix.
I could have sworn when I loaded up Final Fantasy 8 back in the day, it used to come out fucking.
Could have been, yeah, I think it was. Hiroshi Takai was. I know Hitman's Square Enix.
Yeah. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. Star Trek game. I rebooted Saints Row.
Yep.
That's coming out in August.
They pushed that back.
Redfall's coming out in summer 2022. The people who made Prey made that game. Xbox and PC exclusive. A lot of these games are Xbox PC exclusive, I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
Scorn. I saw like a preview for Scorn. It looks pretty fucking ridiculous. It's a fucking horror game. It looks fucking out there and terrifying. Probably one of the games I'm looking forward to for most of the year, Starfield, which is made by Todd Howard and Bethesda Game Studios, which is going to be a mixture of Fallout and Skyrim set in a completely different universe. So when we talk about favorite games, that might become a fucking new one. It's going to have a lot of mod support, customer characterization, first and third person views, and like factions and stuff like that. I think you're not just set to one planet. I think it might be several planets with ships and stuff. So
so you're part of an organization of space explorers.
Okay.
So from that is so you would blast off to another planet, search the planet, go to another one, do that type of thing. Sort of like No Man's Sky, but because it's Bethesda, I think it will be 1,000,000 times better.
Hopefully. Lord of the Rings Gollum. Yeah. Company of Heroes, Homeworld 3, Marvel's Midnight Suns, Plague Tale Requiem, Ark Raiders, Ark 2.
Yeah.
It's gonna have Vin Diesel in it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Avatar, Bayonetta 3, if any Nintendo fans are out there. God of War Ragnarok. I don't even own a PlayStation, but you consider getting a PlayStation for that game. Gotham Knights.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to as well as Gotham Knights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm probably looking forward to this next one here. Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, that's my second open tab. So I've got
Harry Potter RPG.
4,
so like
5.
I don't know how long we've been screaming out for something like this. It's such a cool world. Why the fuck do we not have an RPG already based around just like that world? It doesn't have to have Harry Potter in it or Voldemort.
No. This is before that. This
Okay,
is
cool.
set in the 1800s. So this is before all of that.
Perfect. So it should be even more interesting.
Yep.
Oops, I just got stuck in another
bit more into the Hogwarts lore and
Kerbal.
everything.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Should be pretty fucking cool. Excuse me. Mario, who gives a fuck about Mario?
Okay, I'm gonna put a game up.
Yep.
And see if you should have heard of it. You're a gamer. Diablo.
Yeah.
Diablo 4 is coming out this year as well.
Well, that wasn't on here, eh?
Yeah, it's coming out this year.
Splatoon 3.
D2R come out and it was massively hyped and it's actually still running really well.
Yeah,
So
I think
that's the
Elden Ring is going to
remastered
be
Diablo.
one of the games of the year. There's a few fucking chances for game of the year here. So, like, game of the year chances, I'd say just off the bat with this small look, there's going to be something like Breath of the Wild 2.
Mm-hmm.
God of War Ragnarok, probably.
Yep.
Starfield. Then you've got Elden Ring, which is probably will take it if it works as good as it should. And then maybe, it'd probably be it. That'd probably be the 3 games in there, unless like a Witcher 5 drops or something like that.
Witcher 4.
They'll probably just make it 5, just because fuck it. Why not?
There's no 4. There's no 4. It's
Well, drop 4 and 5 in the same year, won't they?
Might as well. Especially with the hype of the Netflix series and everything going on at the moment.
Doesn't really base much off the games as much as I thought
No,
it would.
it's mostly off the books.
Yeah, but like, come on. People more know the games more, don't they?
Yeah. Well, how's this for you? Yacks is Dandelion in the games. He is based on Dandelion in the games.
Okay.
So
I don't watch the series, bro. I haven't watched it.
Okay, so he's a fucking bard. But
Yeah.
the series is based before the games. So it's sort of like a lead up towards the games. If you sort of know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can get that.
Multiple different timelines. So there'll be times where, that was in the game. And then people from the book are like, that's in the book. Yeah, it's just multiple different
I just don't
timelines
like how like sometimes TV shows go stray away from like original content. It's like, fuck me, just like Game of Thrones, wasn't it like up to season 4 or something like that was from the books, and then after that it was just
they made their own thing.
Yeah, and that's when I went to shit. But even then they had to change the storyline a bit because George Martin is a bit of a fucking creeper. I don't think fucking Daenerys needed to be 13, or whatever the fuck she was. I think she was super young.
Yeah,
getting pumped.
But yeah, no,
Drogo.
That's a decent amount of games coming out, and I've got 5 of them that I'm looking forward to.
I don't know which ones I'm looking forward to. I'd say Elden Ring, Pokemon Legends Arceus.
That's 6 then. I didn't put that in. Couldn't find it in my list. I wouldn't mind having a look at that fucking Avatar game, eh?
Fuck Avatar.
You'd be right.
Yeah, that should be good times.
Yeah,
good times. What about sport then, mate? What are you looking forward to in the sport?
Looking forward to in the sport. Well, I'm always looking forward to a new season of NRL. Like, come on.
Yeah.
We've got the Big Bash going at the moment. Finals are just around the corner.
Yep.
We've got
COVID doesn't ruin it.
COVID's already had a big interest in it at the moment. They're all doing their bubbles and everything, not allowed to touch the other, like interact with the other team and all that. So,
joke,
I grew up playing field hockey, and
private school wanker.
No, actually, it wasn't private school. It was for a club in Gladstone. That's pretty big in hockey as well as Rocky. Rocky's got decent hockey fields and shit now.
Hockey and Rocky.
Yeah, but this year's the Women's World Cup.
Distantly related to Jamie Dwyer, by the way.
Are you? Yeah. Distant?
Yeah, like second cousin on my mum's side.
Oh shit, eh?
Yeah.
It's not as distant as I thought.
Yeah, he's there's a certain amount to say that we're slightly blood, but probably not.
Yeah. But the biggest thing in sport related coming this year, like we've already won the Ashes. We've rolled them in the Boxing Day test. So, but the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is the ICC T20 World Cup, Men's World Cup in Australia.
The women's will be good too.
Women's will be good. But
don't knock women's.
The Women's World Cup, ODI World Cup is in New Zealand.
Good.
But the reason I'm looking forward to the T20 World Cup in Australia for the men's is I am going down to Brisbane. We're going to sort out a time with you and Optimus to go and watch a game.
With me.
Yes, the two Tommies and the Magpie running and watching the game.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good times. That'd be good times. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I was looking forward to it in 2020, but
Mm-hmm.
I was looking forward to it in 2020 because I only used to live 5 minutes away from the Gabba. And then it just never eventuated due to fucking COVID.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't believe we're still talking about COVID. Fuck, man. Piss me off.
What about you? What sports are you looking forward to?
As much as I like sports, I don't look forward to too much anymore. I am looking forward to hopefully seeing Ash Barty win the Australian Open. Would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
New NRL season
That's
is
only-
good.
Ash, Oz Open's only around the corner as well.
Yeah,
only
I don't know
month
where
away.
test things are. I think we're playing India soon. I feel like we are. I do remember someone saying one of the only things I haven't achieved in my career yet is beating India in India. So I'd like to do that before I retire. So I'm assuming that's happening soon.
Are we not going to Pakistan?
Oh, maybe we're going to India instead.
I thought we were going to go to Pakistan.
I do not know. Yeah, so that'd be good. Obviously the T20 World Cup in Australia is always going to be fucking awesome. I live in Brisbane already, so I hope I can get to a few games. It'd be nice, even if it's not just Australia playing.
Yep.
Bangladesh is fairly putting on the runs against New Zealand there. But yeah, no. I'm just looking forward to just watching the sport. I don't tend to get too hung up on the big on big events anymore. It's sort of like when it happens or when it's coming up to it, then I start to get really excited. But it's not something I really look into too far in the future. Like the NRL season, I find is way too fucking long.
Yep, we're going to Pakistan.
You don't agree with me on that. You wish the NRL season went all year, but I think it's too long. I think we need more teams and it needs to be shorter. Make it a bit more,
definitely, yeah.
It did make it more exciting. Like I don't like the fact that it drags for so fucking long, and then the finals come around, you're just like, oh fuck, can't wait for cricket season, can't. Like it just
It's the same teams. It's the same teams in the final every year.
It just sort of needs to be shortened and more exciting. That'd be my thing. A lot of sports seasons around the world are now becoming a lot longer, and it's sort of like, well, that's not the point. It should only be 6 months total. Like,
yep.
NRL should only be 6 months. That's it. No more, no longer than that. I think it goes, 7 or 8 now, right?
Yeah, February till September, March till September.
October. Start of October is the final.
October, yeah.
So what, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. It's fucking
almost a baby there.
Almost fucking 8 months. That's what I mean. You can almost have a kid. You have a fucking, you conceive on the first round, you'd probably nearly pop it out by finals. Yeah. Like it's too long. That's too long. Make it 6, barely 6. Like make it like just 6, and then have your origins and stuff afterwards. Like I'm happy to have 3 weeks afterwards. It's just origin, origin. Like female males. Like just do like that, and then maybe have a little kangaroo series afterwards or something like that. If you're over the season by then, you're done. You don't need to watch the big games. But just shorten it. Fuck's sakes. Stop jamming. Oh, bored. I get bored of it by the end of it. This is me. That's my rant again.
You're ranting a lot today.
Yeah. I don't know. Shit the bed this morning, maybe.
Pissed off mood.
No, I'm not pissed off. Just pissed off,
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm unsure. Maybe it's because it's too windy here. Who knows? Ex-tropical cyclone Seth's having a bit of a puff and a puff around us at the moment.
Oh, don't even start with that. Thanks to that.
Wind warnings where gusts could get up to 100 k's today here.
Fucking hell. Thanks to that fucking ex-tropical cyclone, it's now brought all the hot air across to us, and we're just going to get a massive heat wave all down the East Coast.
It's
Yep.
cooling off here at the moment, which is good.
It's still 33 degrees here.
Really?
Yes, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it is 33 degrees.
Oh, you know how hot it is here.
Oh, I just want to die sometimes.
No, you don't. Here we go. What do we reckon? My phone's chucking a nana. I think it's 28 degrees still here.
Yeah.
But the worst one I experienced is I was doing work down at Christmas time 2 or 3 years back down in Penrith, which is Western Sydney, and it was 42 degrees at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. 42 degrees, and then it hailed. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I was just coming home. I was like, it's an oven outside still. I've got KFC because I'm fucked and I didn't want to cook because I'm staying in a little unit. KFC. And then I was like, is this going to rain? No. Fucking ice cubes started falling from the sky. I'm like, fuck. Started running inside. I was like, this is fucked. I don't like it. Australian, if you aren't from Australia, Australia has fucked weather. It's just what we've got.
Mm-hmm.
We've got spiders and stuff that'll kill you, bad snakes and shit. But that's nothing compared to what the weather fucking decides it wants to throw at you.
More people die to cows and horses than they do snakes and spiders.
We don't have tornadoes, thank fuck. We get water spouts, but we don't have tornadoes. But we get supercells. That's one thing we get here.
We had tornadoes.
They're not tornadoes though.
The one that went through Mount Larkham.
That's not a tornado.
It wasn't a water spout. It started in the middle of the fucking land. It didn't start off.
Yeah, but it's a supercell. It's not a tornado. That makes sense. It mimics a
big ass storm.
It mimics a tornado, but it's not a tornado. It's very confined, but it's not a tornado because the wind doesn't do this. Wind just goes one way.
Yep.
You'll notice that when we get these tornado events, everything's broken in the same direction. It's not broken in two different directions.
Yep.
So anyway, not that I'm a meteorologist, maybe we do have tornadoes, but fuck, we had this supercell come through Townsville when I was an apprentice electrician, and it hit one street, one suburb essentially, but one street was just all the power was just ripped off the house, all the roofs all fell off and stuff. But everywhere else was fine. We all just got showers and tornadoes come through. But it was like an eye had moved through of the storm. It was like one section of the storm went like that.
Mm-hmm.
To further the example, in 2011, we had Cyclone Yacks. When it hit, essentially when it hit and split, it sort of technically split off to 8 mini eyes. So little eyes of the cyclone. You could see literal laneways of path where it did done a lot more damage than and literally you could see a line for where it went.
Yeah. That's why it was so destructive, is the way that it happened and the way
it's just too big.
Once
it was too big.
Yeah. Once it hit, it's I'm too big here. I'm just going to form little small ones. Pretty much is what it did. Is form little fucking small cyclones around itself.
So there's a picture of Yacks against America, and it literally takes up 95% of America. This is the size of the storm. It hit fucking little poor old Australia. Australia's pretty fucking big, but it hit my house. It hit pretty much 100 k's north of where I was. It just not even actually. It was probably more like 50. There's one island. This one island sits 1,200 meters tall, and the weather event was coming straight for that island and hit and went north from that island. That island has its own weather pattern. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I'm yakking, flapping me gums a bit too much there.
That's all right. We're allowed to yak.
But yeah, you got any little goals you're sort of trying to fucking set, man? Any goals we got to set? Just
goals personal wise?
Just little goals. For example, I'd like to be able to make sure that by the end of the year, this podcast has done at least 52 episodes, if not possibly more, in the fact that maybe we can split this into one main podcast and then one little 20-minute podcast on a Thursday or a Friday. I know that sounds weird, but it's possibly something we could do in the future. Something really easy, really like underproduced, just little spit. There's a few things that said like we could set up like other videos that like you go on a subscriber list. Maybe we do these little 20-minute ones as a subscriber thing. Maybe, but I don't know if I'm really interested in the whole subscriber thing. I don't know if you should have to pay for a podcast. I think if we get ads and revenue like that, that'd probably be more up my alley. I'd rather listen to a fucking 30-second ad or a 2-minute ad than have to pay to listen to us yak.
Yep.
That's just my opinion. Unlike Twitch, like the subs is like a big thing. You kind of want that. As a podcast, this is something we do for fun.
Yep.
We do Twitch for fun too, but I'm not ready to sell it out and just start making cunts sub to us. If it's going to be a sub, like a 50 cent sub or something like that, or $1 sub.
Yeah. Right. So, honestly, I have no idea about goals. I haven't really thought about it.
Can we just pause for a sec?
Yeah, right.
Sorry, we had a little pause there. I just got a phone call I had to answer. My bad. Now I've lost my train of thought. It was only my phone call was literally like 2 seconds.
That's all right. We gotta.
Yeah, we'll start to wrap this up a little bit now. But yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to this year. The podcast is something with me and Magpie definitely looking forward to.
Definitely.
We're still learning. This podcast by the end of the year could be completely fucking different. It honestly could. Like, you saw that most of the things we were talking about, we went off on a big rant or anything like that. It's more when we started talking about something completely off topic. So I don't know if we want to turn it into an off topic thing. I'm not sure. That's what I mean. Like, so I'm not sure if we do a 20-minute episode once a week where it's just sport and games, or we just incorporate a little bit at the start, a little bit at the end, and we just waffle and you're going from there. But I do like the fact that we talk about games. This is one of those things that I just don't know any podcast at the moment that do talk anything about games. The only problem with me and Magpie is we are a little bit limited to time to play games and limited on what games we play and like.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the games that come out are single player games. We like playing with mates, which makes it a bit harder. When you agree?
Indeed. I like a couple single player games, but that's mostly like MMORPGs and shit that I can make friends with and, get friends to come on and play. But 9 times out of 10, it's just me by myself.
Yeah, and like even like Elden Ring, like it's still by yourself, but it's not to say that the boys aren't going to be sitting there going, "Oh, come play fucking Apex, come play Fortnite, come play COD," whatever it is. Even last night, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I wanted to play with people, but like at the same time, no one was on at the time. This dickhead was playing fucking Formula One. But I ended up starting playing the Halo campaign, which was pretty cool actually. It's like a really good breath of fresh air from what like I remember playing campaigns. It's not something I haven't played in a while. It's a good campaign, and it's like it's got a little bit of storyline. Essentially, you're doing the same thing. You're just chasing down Cortana. Figured that out pretty early. It's like, essentially we're just going back. You didn't have, it's first thing it kind of says AI interface not loaded. I'm like, oh, well, the whole game is going to be set around not us trying to fight someone. I've got a fucking mustache hair hit my nose. Not going to set around like fighting anyone. They'll be in there. Like a boss will always be in there, but it's always, every Halo game's about Cortana. It is. That's the one thing you don't see. It's like, they say it's about the rings, it's about Master Chief. No, it's about fucking the AI. Even Reach was about Cortana. It should just be called Cortana Infinite.
Yeah.
Infinite Cortana. Because that's all you're doing. That's so far, that's it. You're trying to look for her. You got this other AI called Weapon. She's a bit ditzy, bit of an idiot. But yeah, you've got fragments of data bouncing around. So it's like fragments of data. It's like Cortana speaking. He's like, that's Cortana. But yeah, it's Master Chief. He's pretty tough. Everyone's freaking. That's the awesome thing is they think at the start scene is you die. You not die, you get thrown off, and then it's you come back, and then you make your presence come back, and then they're sitting there going, "Oh, we're fine. But everyone else freaking out. They're like, "Oh my god, fucking Master Chief's back. He's gonna ruin everything." It's like, yeah, Master Chief. Yet in the first game, no one knew who the fuck you were.
Yep.
All the
exactly.
humans knew who you were. They're like, oh my God, Master Chief. But yeah, he's so fucking awesome. Spartan 117. Yep. I love Master Chief. Who doesn't? Who doesn't like Master Chief?
He's not bad. He's not bad at all.
You should play it.
Oh,
Too busy,
I'll try.
too busy fucking Apex rank grinding.
Yeah.
Getting to what, silver?
Gold.
Aha.
I'm getting gold and gonna hit plat.
You're gonna hit
All
gold
right,
and plat, you reckon?
Yep.
You reckon we're playing good enough to get to plat?
Aside. I don't know. We'll play tonight and we'll see, eh?
I don't know if I'm hopping on tonight. I like to have Sundays off. Oh, today's Monday, isn't it?
Today's Monday.
Fuck. But yeah, I might have it off. I'm not sure. See how I feel.
It's all good. All good, brother. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for dropping in. Remember, like and subscribe to our YouTube. Hit the comments down below. Give us some feedback. Let us know what's going on. Follow us over on Spotify. We're now on Spotify, which is excellent.
Please follow us, because when this episode uploads, it'll just come straight into your main feed. It'll be shows that you follow, and will come up with a little blue dot beside us saying new episode. So give us a follow on there. Yeah, because I think Spotify's been in a long time coming, and if you can get on there and listen to it, it is much easier. It is much better listening platform.
You can always listen on the go. Got something to do on a drive. Throw us on. You know, you don't have to sit down and watch us. It's going to be audio only, which is excellent.
Really to watch. We just sort of
our
heads sort of having a bit of a yak.
Yeah,
me moving my mic 50 million times a day.
Me looking at other stuff around me, just talking.
Yeah, if you are listening on Spotify, the only thing I can really say is I got a big fucking beard. He's about as annoying as a magpie.
Yeah.
He's got a Goku thing in the background. I've got Star Wars and football stuff. But yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out. You've all been fucking awesome. This is the start of the year. Next one will probably be a little bit more structured. This one didn't feel very structured. I did write down penis 3 times on the podcast topics list. It's just one of those things. It's just because it was like the new year. We sort of just wanted to.
We're all coming back into it off.
Yeah. We haven't done a podcast in like 16, 18 days or something like that. So it's been a fucking little bit. And we hadn't had enough time to discuss what we wanted to do. Now we're going to discuss a bit more. We may possibly go to topics, yak, and then do a topic on something. And then like they'll be labeled, episode 9 will be Star Wars, for example, Star Wars. And we'll talk about Star Wars, but we'll always throw in the sport and gaming part of it as well. I think that's something that I think Magpie can agree on. Yeah, it might be a fun little way to do it. We might talk one game in particular, have that a big fucking rev on. But yeah, and if you do have topics for us to talk about, like Magpie said, leave us a comment, send us, get on Twitter, message us on Twitter, get on Instagram, DM us on Instagram, leave a comment on one of our posts, say, hey, I'd love to hear more about Pokemon Arceus or something like that, or I'd love to hear more about your views on the fucking NRL or the state of, even if you want to talk about the state of COVID, I'm sure we could fucking yak about that too. Whatever it is, we'd love. Exactly. That's the one thing that me and Magpie are looking forward to is a bit more feedback. We'd love more feedback. We crave it. We'd love to hear it. But yeah, thank you so much.
At the moment, it's just us driving. We don't have anyone pushing us or saying, hey, have a look at this. It's just us going, all right, this is what we're going to sit down. This is what we're going to talk about. Whereas if we got the comments saying, hey, talk about this, we can actually sit down, research a couple of things, talk about what we know, go, hey, I saw this because I was researching it. This is where it is, a bit more
100%.
More structure, more.
We are a bunch of dumb cunts, but we have our opinions on stuff. We like talking about our opinions a little bit, so we might as well fucking yak it on it a bit more. We just sometimes don't know what to talk about. Like Magpie said. Not Avenged Sevenfold, but shit band.
Don't start, and I'll fucking slap you.
I actually never listened to much Avenged Sevenfold, but that's just me.
Yeah. But all right, guys, that's been excellent. Thank you all. Have a good one. Yeah. Peace out.
Much love. Catches.
Run it. Hit that Gucci store, girl. Make your angles pop. Hit that Louis store, girl. Make you